Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Liberty Coins. Today we are going to explore one of the most interesting coins in modern American history, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. This coin may look common, but it represents a very important moment in the history of United States coinage. In this video, we will talk about the history, design, composition, minting process, and the value of the 1965 quarter dollar coin. First, let's start with the history of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, and his design became one of the most recognized coin designs in America. For many years, the Washington quarter was made from 90% silver and 10% copper. However, by the early 1960s, the United States faced a serious coin shortage. People began saving silver coins because the price of silver was rising. This created a shortage of coins in circulation, which caused problems for businesses and everyday transactions. To solve this issue, the United States government decided to change the metal composition of coins. In 1965, the U.S. Mint introduced a major change. The quarter dollar was no longer made from silver. Instead, it was produced using a copper-nickel clad composition. This means the coin has a pure copper core in the center, with outer layers made of copper and nickel. This change allowed the government to produce coins more cheaply and keep them circulating in everyday commerce. Because of this change, the 1965 quarter dollar became the first Washington quarter without silver content. This makes the coin historically important for collectors and historians, even though millions of these coins were produced. The 1965 quarter still holds special significance in the history of U.S. coinage. Now let's talk about the design of the coin. On the front of the coin, also called the you will see the portrait of George Washington, facing left. Above his head, you can see the word Liberty, which represents freedom. Below the portrait, you will find the year 1965, indicating when the coin was minted. Near the bottom of the coin, you can also see the motto, "In God We Trust," which is a famous phrase used on many United States coins. On the back of the coin, also called the reverse, you will see a powerful American eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle is holding arrows in its claws, representing strength and readiness to defend the nation. Beneath the eagle are olive branches, which symbolize peace. At the top of the coin, you will see the words, United States of America. And at the bottom, the value quarter dollar. One interesting fact about the 1965 quarter is that it does not have a mint mark. During the years from 1965 to 1967, the United States Mint removed mint marks from coins to discourage collectors from hoarding them. Because of this, all 1965 quarters look the same, regardless of where they were produced. Now, let's talk about the mintage numbers. The United States Mint produced more than 1.8 billion quarters in 1965. This very high production helped solve the coin shortage in the country because so many were produced. Most 1965 quarters are still common today and can easily be found in circulation. However, even common coins can sometimes be valuable, depending on their condition. Coin collectors use a grading system to determine the condition of a coin. Coins that are heavily used and worn are worth less, while coins that are in perfect or near perfect condition can be worth much more. In circulated condition, a 1965 quarter dollar is usually worth around 25 cents to $1. But if the coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it was never used in everyday transactions, its value can increase to $5, $10, or even $20 depending on the quality. Some 1965 quarters can be much more valuable if they have rare mint errors. Error coins happen during the minting process when something goes wrong. Examples include double die errors, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong metal planche. These era coins are very attractive to collectors and can sometimes sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another rare and exciting possibility is a 1965 quarter struck on a silver plate because the mint was transitioning from silver to clad coins. A few silver blanks may have accidentally been used. These rare era coins are extremely valuable and have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. Collectors also look for coins with very high grades, such as MS-65, 1000s to 66, or higher. These coins are graded by professional grading services. A high grade 1965 quarter can sometimes be worth $100 or more, especially if it has strong luster and very sharp details. If you want to check your own 1965 $quarter coin, look carefully at its edges. A normal 1965 quarter will show a copper-colored stripe on the edge because of the copper core inside the coin. If the edge looks completely silver, it might be a rare silver era coin, which would be extremely valuable. The 1965 quarter dollar is a great example of how even modern coins can have interesting stories behind them. It represents the moment when the United States moved away from precious metal coins and entered the modern era of coin production for coin collectors. The 1965 quarter is a reminder that history can be found in everyday pocket change. Even a small coin can carry an important story about economics, technology, and national history. So the next time you see a quarter in your pocket, take a moment to look at the date. If you find a 1965 Washington quarter, examine it carefully, because it might be worth more than its face value. Thank you for watching this video on Liberty Coins. I hope you enjoyed learning about the history and value of the 1965 quarter dollar coin. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Liberty Coins for more amazing coin history and rare coin values from around the world.